volunteers that helped raise the funds and get this project on the ground. And this is my partner, David Anderson. He and Bill first started this project, but I'm here just to tell you briefly about Bill Mathews, our partner that we miss very much. We are honoring him today, not only dedicating this sculpture and this experience today to him and all his work, but this plaque to my left, when you're walking around the sculpture, you will see our tribute to him there as well. But I wanted you to know how it began briefly. Bill, this is his idea, and David and I are so proud to tell you that. But it happened this way. David was a walker. Now that means a serious walker, because he trained here and then walked in countries around the world. He had been to Ireland once before, but on one other trip to Ireland, he came across a checkpoint. That was a place where people from the North and South Ireland that were in conflict would be able to check through and visit their relatives. But he noted the sorrow of that the first trip, but the second trip that he went through, it was no longer there. What was there became Bill's inspiration for this sculpture. There was a band that was sitting in the middle of this large courtyard, and there were musicians there. There were guitars and flutes and percussion and banjo, everything you could think of that would make some music or make a percussion sound. And around him were people, couples that were dancing, children that were dancing and having a great time. And he saw that, and previous to him going over there and seeing it, he and David had been looking for, knowing that they wanted 4 sculptures, one in each city, that they would find a symbol that would draw the community together. Well, this was it. This was the inspiration for Bill. He couldn't wait to get home and immediately called David, and they began to share what it might look like. And in the meantime, they did some research, as Bill Warren alluded to, about the Tennessee River here, and over all of our history, we know that the Native Americans here referred to the river as the Singing River, but they heard a voice out of that river, a song, as it went over the shoals and in different times of the seasons. So all of a sudden, it became clear to David and Bill that this river is our link. It links all our cities. It links us together. And so they came up with the Singing River sculpture. And we love that, and I think that everyone has expressed that to us. But anyway, we learned from that history, and that it was a perfect introduction to what they wanted to do. There were 2 projects to finish, and Shoals got their project, and Florence gathered a steering committee that got together to evaluate what they wanted and to select a sculpture for this Florence Singing River. So we've only used sculptors that are from Alabama, and we're honoring that heritage too, and in a big way today, I can tell you. Bill always referred to these sculptures as humongous. Every time you were in a conversation with him, he'd say, "Oh, it's got to be humongous. People have to notice it." When I was in Ireland, those things were 20 feet tall. Anyway, he had his heart set on this, and we have it today. And I'm going to introduce now David Anderson, and he will tell you some other things. Thank you.